VR. It's like a drug. You're searching for your next immersive game. The problem is that first experience in virtual reality. It's so hard to recreate that same feeling that you had. It's like trying to have a first kiss all over again. For me, the first time I jumped into VR was on the PSVR. I picked it up the day of release. I went straight down to the shop, brought it straight back home and put it on my head. And the first game I jumped into was literally Resident Evil Kitchen.
Wow.
But like any drug, the effects wear off, and we're left wanting more, chasing more. But virtual reality is a continuous experiment. This thing's growing every single day. New games, new experiences, new way to immerse yourself in this. It's just a never-ending story. And I feel like that's why us as a VR community are always chasing that next high. Whether it be through using add-ons like haptic vests or VR treadmills or any other kind of accessory like gun stocks, and haptics is a big one that we keep chasing because we want to feel immersed in those worlds. But even that can only take us so far before we go numb to it, before that experience becomes just normal. And once again, we're left with it wearing off and wanting more. It truly takes the perfect blend of VR games, HMD, haptics, all of these things together in one package to really bring that immersion level that we're looking for when it comes to virtual reality. Now, all of these things are available individually. You can piece them together yourself over a lot of money being spent, and honestly, a lot of different ways to integrate all of those things into one experience. But this is why I think the excitement has been so high for something like the PSVR 2, because the PSVR 2, while on the surface can be beaten by other VR headsets, it is not the newest technology. But what it is a complete package of things like high quality displays with good refresh rates, controllers with solid haptics and adaptive triggers to really truly immerse you into the game, taking you into that moment, even has haptics built into the VR headset itself. Then we have things like eye tracking being built into it, utilized in the correct way, making it a true part of the experience. Now, I understand, like I said before, these things can all be done individually. They don't have to be done just by one unit like what we're getting with the PSVR 2, but it's so rare to actually find something that is a complete package and honestly a complete experience that might just take you to that next immersive high that you're looking for. But the truth is, with the PSVR 2, as with any VR headset, time will come that your immersion levels will drop. And it's truly down to that point, the software that they give us that will keep us immersed. If they keep on delivering the games like we've been promised for the launch of PSVR 2, then perhaps we can actually finally get that immersion level back, really dive back into that full feeling of being in a game, kind of replicating that first feeling of stepping in to virtual reality.
Wow.
Now, at the moment, I feel like we are chasing that fatigue. The problem is we see nothing but hardware coming out at the moment, nothing but new VR headsets. Now, yes, this is exciting. It's fun to see where VR is going. It's fun and it's amazing to see that we're going to be inventing these new things and these new different ways. But they're incredibly expensive, which makes it incredibly hard for the general public to be able to dive into those kind of experiences. And on top of that, we're still missing the software that goes in to make these experiences immersive. Now, what's the point in owning a 12K Pimax headset if there's literally nothing to play other than the same old Half-Life Alyx game? Well, truth is, there isn't any point in that. You need the software, which again bounces me back to why I am personally excited for something like the PSVR 2. It's not necessarily just that hardware, it's the software that goes with it. It's the experiences that we're going to be able to have using that hardware. That's the part that sells it to me. And I think as we go forward into the future with things like the Quest 3, these are going to change. The focus is going to change. I'm hoping the meta will see the software is the key element here. If they give us a solid product for the Quest 3, then maybe, just maybe, they'll start to re-implement the solid games coming back. As we all have seen at this point, the arcade era is here in full swing when it comes to virtual reality. We're kind of stuck in this weird place where nothing but party games are coming out, and it's hard to be excited or immersed or enjoy that kind of experience, when all you want to do really is get in there and have the best experience possible. But the truth is, Will it ever be enough to truly keep us immersed in the VR world? Only time will tell, and I'm here for the ride, and I hope you are too.